President Ibrahim Traore, the President of Africa.
Comrade President Vladimir Putin,
Camarade Président, chef d'État africain,
African heads of state,
camarade chef de délégation,
comrade head of delegation,
Bonjour.
good morning. It is an honor for me this morning to take the floor here and to pass on to you the fraternal greetings of the people of the land of men of integrity. It is from the Almighty that we have been able to gather here this morning in good health to talk about the future and the well-being of our people. I am going to apologize to the elders whom I may offend in my future remarks. Because of Africanity, because of the rights of one of them, I have to apologize. Comrade, I have a few questions from my generation. Not a single question that is being asked. We don't have an answer, and it turns out that here we can wash our linseed because we feel like a family. It feels like a family in the sense that Russia is also a family for Africa. It is a family because we have the same history. Russia made enormous sacrifices to liberate the world from Nazism during the Second World War. The people of Africa, our grandfathers, were also forcibly deported to help Europe get rid of Nazism. We share the same history in the sense that we are the forgotten peoples of the world, whether in the history books, in documentaries, or in film, insofar as we sweep away the preponderant role played by Russia and Africa in this fight against Nazism. We are here together because we are here to talk about the future of our peoples and what is to come. Of the future of tomorrow, of the free world to which we aspire, of a world without interference in our internal affairs. We have the same prospects, and I hope that this summit will be an opportunity to forge very good relations and to create a better future for our peoples. The questions that my generations are asking themselves about the next generation, if I can sum it up, is that they do not understand how Africa, with so much wealth on our soil, with its generous nature, water and abundant sunshine, Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a starving continent, and how is it that our heads of state are traveling through the world of a man? These are questions that we are asking ourselves and that we have not yet had answers. We have the opportunity to forge new relationships, and I hope that these relations can be the best, to give a better future to our peoples. My generation also instructs me to say that because of poverty, they are forced to cross the ocean in order to try to reach Europe. They die in the ocean. But that soon they will not have crossed it, because they will come in front of our palaces to look for their daily sustenance. As far as Burkina Faso is concerned, for more than 8 years, we have been confronted with the most barbaric and violent form of neocolonialism and imperialism. Slavery still has so much to impose on us. Our front runners have taught us one thing: slavery that is not capable of accepting its own revolt does not deserve to be relied upon by its fate. We don't worry about our fate. We are not asking for someone to rely on our fate. The people of Burkina Faso have decided to fight against hypothyroidism, capable of reviving its development. In this struggle, valiant peoples, wines, and a population have pledged to take up arms in the face of terrorists. The ones we actually called the VDPs, volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists calling these VDPs militias and of all kinds. It is one of those wines, because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their patriots, they are called patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It was not with their consent, against their grey. Well, on the way back, we remember that in Traore, when they tried to bandage their elemental sheet, they were massacred, so it doesn't matter. When we people decide to defend ourselves, we are called militias. But that's not the problem. What is the problem is to see African heads of state who bring nothing to these peoples who are fighting, but who sing the same thing as the imperialists. To our militia dealers, to our traders, therefore, to men who do not respect human rights, hence the human right. We are effusive against this and these shameful people. We, the African heads of state, must stop behaving like puppets who dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced that the grain would be sent to Africa. And we are very happy, and we thank each other for that. But it is also a message to our African heads of state, because at the next forum, we must not come here without having ensured that our peoples will be able to achieve food self-sufficiency for those who do not know war. We need to learn from those who have already been able to achieve this in Africa, build good relations here and build better relations with the Russian Federation so that we can meet the needs of our people. I may not be slow, time is running out and very short. We are obliged to stop and love my take. But I would like to end by saying that we must therefore pay tribute to our peoples who are fighting. Glory to our peoples, dignity to our peoples, victory to our peoples, homeland or death will come. Thank you, comrades.
President Ibrahim Traore, the president of Africa. King Ibrahim Traore, the king of Africa. One love, one Africa, one currency, one army, one country, one passport, one president, one king.
Disagrees with me that Ibrahim Traore should be the president of Africa. I vote yes. What about you? Tell me to the comment section. You have heard the speech, the powerful speech that has come from a genius and a true and a sacrifice leader. I always tell you that when we come to discussing a matter of Ibrahim Traore, first you have to know that we are discussing the speeches and matters of a leader, not a politician or a president. Ibrahim Traore was born to be a leader as he was the captain of a military, the leader to the military of the country of Burkina Faso now. Until the time he has approved to be the head of state of Burkina Faso, yet still acting as the leader but not a politician. Now, these are the questions Ibrahim Traore has been asking. And he has started by apologizing for his generation, apologizing for his the forefathers, because what our forefathers expected for us to behave and act as African leaders, it's not what is happening. Now the leaders have turned into politicians, and they have turned this politics into business, forgetting the interest of their people they are representing, basing on the fact that Ibrahim Traore and the question that he has been asking. How comes the continent of Africa being, besides being the continent blessed with a lot of minerals, fertile lands, healthy, good and supportive environment and nature, yet still it's the continent that is starving, millions of people starving with nothing to put in their stomach, millions of people displaced with nowhere to call home, millions of people massacred and losing life every day, killings in every corner. All the breaking news in Africa, what we are expecting and watching is about the massive killings. The black people killing their own brothers and sisters. This is not what Africa was meant to be. This is not what African pioneers or fighters expected to get from the generation they were creating chances to. For this African continent or these African countries to get their freedom, for the freedom these people are enjoying today, it was it was sacrificed for, it was fought for. People shed blood for this freedom to get to come. Our forefathers lost their life, they give out their life so that they can make a good way for their generation, so that they can enjoy the good fruits they were bearing, they were fighting for. But now things have gone vice versa. What is happening today is not what was expected. Was today African countries, the country, African continents, the continent that is depending on some people donation so that they can survive, is the continent that is depending for supply of foods, supply of healthy supplements like drugs from USAID. Now Donald Trump has come to the power and terminate all the contracts that has been signed there for several years, 20 years plus. The USAID has supporting the agencies of African health services and organization with the free medicines, free care, free services. But now the individuals and the government has to fight for their own people to survive, has to fight for their patients to get services from their health centers. How long will it take the government to settle these issues? How long do you think it will take the African countries now, those countries who have been surviving under the care of or under the support of agencies of USAID and some other organization that has been supplying these supplements to the people? How long will it take the African government to settle the issues? These are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. Now, Ibrahim Traore is now feeling like what Donald Trump has did is what he was expecting for a very long time, because this is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call for the African leaders. They have to know that it is time for them to depend on themselves. It is now time for African leaders to join hands together with Ibrahim Traore and to work on Ibrahim Traore's opinion, to work on Ibrahim Traore's vision, to work on Ibrahim Traore's agendas, so that they can save African from the hand of crashing, which has already started. We had time. Since Ibrahim Traore came to power, now it's 2 years time. It is 2 years time, but he has used these years or this shortest time to proclaim and bring back all that has been lost for a very long time. What Ibrahim Traore has did for this shortest time of 2 years is what, even if you put or compare for the long time of service that Yoweri Museveni of Uganda has been there, he has not achieved even a quarter of what this guy has achieved in these 2 years. What do we have to learn from this as Africans? Let's put leaders and politicians aside. Let's talk about the common citizens of Africans. We have to put efforts on ourselves. We have to pressure ourselves. We have to talk and bring positivity to our African leaders. We are the reasons on what can happen today and bring change. Burkina Faso's youth are the one who bring change that is effective today to this country. Burkina Faso is not the largest country in the world. It's not the best city in Africa. But now it's the only African country which is bombasting the internet across the world. Why? Because they get what they expected from their actions. The citizens and the youth of Burkina Faso are the one who sit down, bring their demands, and decided to act on what they started. And what happened? they bring the positive result. They get the positive results from what they expected. I am not saying that we have to do or to go to Burkina Faso way, but we have the constitution. We have the constitution. We have to go. We can choose the leaders according to the constitutions and get the good leaders from just by practicing democracy. The whole of African countries, about 90% of African countries are surviving under democracy. And how is democracy helping our countries? Every leader is demanding as he is working under democracy, but there is nothing is happening, or they are doing nothing concerning democracy. We don't have to go a junta way. We don't have to go a Burkina Faso way, because we never know. We can today go to the streets, fight, demand as Burkina Faso youth did, but we never know who might come. We never know the results that might come out of our action. Let's discuss the comment section. What do you think our leaders should do to save Africa from the hand of these monsters? What do you think African leaders should do to save African continent? Tell me what you think to the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, Kenyan Explorer. Until next episode, your commentary is highly appreciated, and I will appreciate for your support. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for your time. Here we are exploiting the nature, feeling the fresh air of environment. Thank you very much.